Hi, Praphul. Thank you for joining us today. I am Sneha. Glad to have you on Three Questions with Praphul. Praphul, you're the founder at KoineArth, and it'll be a delight that the topic that we have with you today. Why don't you just start with a quick introduction of who you are and what you do at KoineArth?
Sure. Thanks, Neha, for having me. My name is Praphul. I'm the founder and CEO of KoineArth. And KoineArth, we started in 2018 with the primary purpose of bringing blockchain solutions to enterprises and brands, right? So that's how we position KoineArth. We say that we are the enterprise blockchain company, bringing blockchain to companies and enterprises around the world.
Awesome. Cool. So, the exciting thing right now the world is talking about is NFTs, and this is what KoineArth is ventured into. So I just want to start with a basic question first. What are NFTs, and how come you guys ended up exploring it?
Right. So let's start with it. Most when people answer the question about what are NFTs, they obligatorily go into the full form of NFTs, right? And I will answer in the full form way in a minute. But I think expanding that acronym and saying that NFT stands for non-fungible token hides more than it reveals. Right?
Agreed.
So let me kind of give you answer this question with an example. See, an NFT fundamentally, if you think about it, is a certificate of ownership or a certificate of some sort of a certificate which you can trust.
Right.
Now let's look at a couple of analogies of where such certificates exist in the real world. And then we can say this is what an NFT does in the digital world.
Understood.
So let's suppose you buy a car or a bike. You go to the RTO to register the ownership of your vehicle, right? And they give you an RC card or an RC book.
Right.
Now in this transaction, there are three things. There is the asset itself, which is the car or the bike. There is the register in which an entry was made saying that this vehicle belongs to Sneha. And then you are given an RC card or a RC book, which is your certificate of ownership. Your RC card or RC book is fundamentally a certificate of ownership. In the blockchain world or in the digital world, the asset can be anything. It could be a physical asset. It could be a digital asset. The register in which the entry is made certifying the ownership of that asset is the blockchain.
Got it.
And the RC card that you were given is in this world called NFT.
Wow. Okay.
It is a certificate of ownership of a digital or a physical asset. That's fundamentally what an NFT is.
That's perhaps the best explanation I have heard, because I've tried to read, understand, but I think there's no. It's how you'd explain to a 5-year-old. Amazing, love it. And how did you started exploring NFTs at KoineArth?
Right. So in fact, as I said, KoineArth is now 3 years old. Our first brush with NFTs actually came in 2019 when we started creating NFTs for physical products to satisfy some customer requirements in the supply chain. And what we were adding in the blockchain were certificates of origin of a physical product, certificates of authenticity, certificates of usage. And since then, we have been using quote unquote NFTs for physical products in our first platform, MarketsN.
Right.
Now, about earlier this year, we started working on a second platform, which we call ngageN. And this again is an enterprise brand blockchain based solution. But this platform is focused on digital assets, right? What do we mean by digital assets? Well, today the terminology and all the media attention it's toward digital art, right? And digital art is absolutely a valid digital asset, no doubts about it. But I think if we limit our attention to digital art, we are short selling the technology, right? A movie is a digital asset. A song is a digital asset. A small video created on YouTube. This video that we are creating is perhaps a digital asset. So digital assets come in so many different forms, and we need to think about what of these can potentially be owned, sold, transacted, leased, and that is where the space of NFTs really starts to open up. And we saw a huge opportunity in how digital content will be trusted, verified, owned, sold, leased, licensed, and that is the space that we are trying to focus on with ngageN.
All right. Okay, perfect. So my next question is, where does India lie with NFTs? What's the situation? How are we as a country? What's the future here with NFTs?
Well, I think if you look at the adoption curve, in terms of how quickly we started adopting it, we didn't really start early, but we are catching up very quickly. Okay, and let me say that why I say that. See, the earliest NFT smart contracts that we wrote as a company and the industry wrote as a company go all the way back to 2017. In fact, the first NFT contract that we wrote actually preceded the formation of the company. We wrote them in 2017.
Wow. Oh, wow.
So the technology has been there. People have been playing with it. I think the first mass phenomena that happened with NFTs was CryptoKitties. This was 2017. I think it came into the limelight and media attention in March 2021 when certain digital art pieces were sold for millions of dollars. Since then, the media has just picked up on it because of the volumes and the transaction sizes involved.
Right.
India is now catching up quickly, and I say that on three fronts. First, on people who are buying NFTs, the number of people who are starting to buy NFTs who are Indians is increasing. The artists currently, or the content creators who are creating NFTs, has also started to grow very quickly, with celebrities now jumping in, as you might have seen.
Of course.
And NFT platforms which cater to this in India are starting to emerge. ngageN, of course, is one of them. You might have seen WazirX as another NFT marketplace. But I think all of these will continue to exist. There is a space for a lot of stuff happening here, and there will be niches developed, and we are working on one such niche.
Right. Wow. Okay. So it's basically when the whole celebrity act came in pictures when it got all the attention, but it has been there since the crypto boom.
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Cool. So my final question: what do you think? What's in the plan or path ahead for ngageN in this coming 2022? Can't believe it's going to be already 2022.
Yeah. So I think you will hear a lot more from us. We are starting to take off the wraps of what we are offering in ngageN. Yesterday, we announced a partnership with Polygon, where ngageN will go live on Polygon. We are now integrating in the backend with other NFT platforms around the world and in India. We will start to reveal what we are doing, but I can share with you that we are focusing on what we call branded NFTs, where the NFTs are issued by brands that we already trust.
Oh, okay.
And the reason that we are doing this is that blockchain is a great technology to prove the provenance and trust on the content after it has been put on the blockchain. But how do we ensure that the creator of the NFT is actually the copyright owner of the content that he's issuing an NFT on is a problem that technology cannot solve, right? Because that happens in the physical world. That is why we are doing a lot of work in that space, starting by saying that it's an invitation-only platform for brands and credible enterprises to come on the platform and position their NFTs here to stand apart from the crowd. And collectors who come to the platform are assured that the companies that are issuing these brands, they inherently trust in the real world, and that trust carries over to the digital world and the NFT world. So you'll see a lot more us from in that space. ngageN is positioned as NFTs for fans by brands.
Oh, yeah, and I think the more and more, focuses on the trust factor, right? Like, because this really opens data privacy, there's a whole can of worms out there for this.
Yeah. So that's what we're trying to kind of offer a comprehensive solution for, starting with combining technology with strategy, with trust as it occurs in the real world, and packaging them into a platform.
Perfect. Amazing. Thank you so much, Praphul. This was really insightful, and I'll speak to you soon again. Thank you.
Thank you, Snehal. Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.